Hey, you know what? Let's flash in the Interrupter. We'll go ahead and say, nah, no spell for you this turn. Another Eagle, huge, big moves, making plays. Punch in for 7, and then that is lethal on board. Opponent missed a land drop last turn. They did hit the land drop this turn. This discard is a losing play. They need to remove one of our creatures, and it has to be one of the Eagles. Has to be one of the Eagles. He is highlighting it, so he probably has the kill spell. It could be nowhere to run though, and that only gives -3/-3, so that would also be huge. Yeah, I think the opponent's in a little bit of a pickle. They do discard a card of their own, and I mean, we can just flash in Aang next turn if he does try and play the Bandit's Talent, but again, I think that's a losing play. You have to remove these creatures, so opponents looking to be more aggressive and just try and make us discard. We see that with the Skullcap Snail as well, so yeah, C-Mac, I think you're in trouble. Ooh, we got Momo, which is quite nice because we can play Momo, and then we have enough mana to get down the Eagle. Would have had enough mana anyway, but the Eagle gives all of our guys +1. And let's just hope they don't have a Sheltered by Ghosts, which, I mean, they literally always have it. They always have it, guys. It's crazy. It honestly is insane. They always have that card. Ay. All right, well, if we draw a land, then we can play the Eagle and keep this one open to flash in. Yeah, double strike with lifelink. He probably has a protection spell as well, the Shard Mage's Rescue. So, yeah. This one's going to be hard to beat. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the first deck video of the Legend of the Avatar, the last Airbender set that is out on Arena. Very first card that I wanted to play with is, of course, with Momo, the friendly flyer. It's the name of our cat that we have here is named Momo as well. So, of course, I had to play a Momo deck as well. For 1 white mana, you get a Lemur Bat ally that is a 1/1. Of course, Momo has flying, and I mean, the text on Momo is really nice. The first non-lemur, which is pretty funny. I don't think there's any lemurs. Definitely not any in standard. I guess there is another Momo technically, but it's not a very common creature type. It is a creature at all. But yeah, basically the first creature spell that we cast with flying, that we cast during our turn, it costs 1 generic mana less to cast, which is really nice. So you get a little bit of cost reduction on our flying creature spells. So of course we have to build a deck that is revolving around flying creature types. And then when another creature we control with flying enters, Momo gets +1/+1 just until the end of the turn. But that still is pretty nice because turn 1 you can go Momo, and then turn 2 with your cost reduction, you might be able to play a 2-drop for just 1 mana, and maybe we have another 1-drop as well. So, and then Momo would get 2 counters on him because it says whenever another creature with flying enters, Momo gets the +1/+1. So maybe on turn 2, you'd be able to swing through for 3 damage and have 3 creatures on the board as well. But yeah, all of Momo's text is revolving around flying creature types. So that's why I thought it would be fun to, and you guys can see from the name of the deck, it's called Angelic Momo. I thought it'd be kind of fun to maybe try and couple this with an angel deck as well. So one of the best angels you can play for 2 mana is Giada, the Font of Hope. For 2 mana, 1 generic and 1 white. You get a legendary creature. Angel, of course, 2 power, 2 toughness with flying and vigilance. And other angels that we control, whenever they enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each angel we already control. So Giada enters, she counts as 1 angel. The next angel you cast, it will see Giada being the only angel we control, so it enters with a 1/+1/+1 counter on it. And then the next angel that we play, that since we have 2 angels on the battlefield, it will enter with 2 additional +1/+1 counters, and they keep growing that way as well. Giada, you can tap her to add 1 white mana as well. spend this mana only to cast angel spells. So since we have Momo, since he's flying, have to build the deck around flying. Of course, all angels have the keyword of or key ability of flying. I thought, well, let's build a deck with angels as well. So that's why we're splashing in this Leyline of Transformation for 4 mana. If this enchantment is in our opening hand, we can have it start on the battlefield. If not, you do have to pay 4 mana for it. So it's definitely not the best card, but I do actually like it. I played it in a demon deck a while ago. But yeah, we can basically choose a creature type, and then all of our creatures will be that additional type in addition to their other types as well. So with Leyline of Transformation, we will be naming the angel creature type so that all of our creatures are angels in addition to their other types, and every single creature we're playing with has flying as well. So those pair so nicely with Momo and with Giada as well, because then every creature is an angel, and then with angels on the board, our board will grow bigger and bigger. And since all the creatures have flying, they cost 1 less as well. So going over the other creatures in our deck, it's the Spyglass Siren for 1 mana. We get a flying pirate, a Siren pirate. It's just a 1/1. It's kind of whatever. We have the Youthful Valkyrie for 2 mana. We get 1 power, 3 toughness. This one is just an angel as well. So this pairs really nicely with Giada. And whenever another angel we control enters, you get to put another counter on this creature as well. So that can pair really nicely with the Leyline of Transformation. We're also playing with Malcolm. For 2 mana, we get a Siren Pirate, has flash and flying. Whenever Malcolm deals damage to a player, you get to put a chorus counter on Malcolm and then draw a card and discard a card, which is pretty nice. We're playing with the Aven Interrupter for 3 mana, and this is kind of on the top end of our curve. We don't really have anything more than 4 mana other than the Leyline. But yeah, we got the Aven Interrupter for 3 mana. And again, this can cost only 2 mana if we do have Momo on the battlefield, but we get a Bird Rogue. We can also flash him in where we don't get the cost reduction from Momo, because I think Momo says during our turn, right? The first non-lemur spell that you cast during your turn. So yeah, even Interrupter, that we can't flash him in for the reduced mana cost, but when you do flash him in, you can kind of soft counter a spell from the opponent. It goes into exile, and then they can play it the next turn, and it will cost 2 generic mana for them. So it can be maybe a way, if the opponent goes with a board wipe, we could flash this one in, bounce that back to the hand, and maybe finish off the opponent that way. We're also playing with another new card from the Avatar set, and of course we had to play with Aang as well. Aang and Momo, legendary duo. But yeah, Aang, the Swift Savior for 3 mana. It's 1 generic, and then 1 blue, 1 white. Aang has flash as well, so we can flash him in on the opponent's turn, and he has flying. Whenever Aang enters, you get to airbend up to 1 target creature or spell. So airbend means you can kind of bounce a creature back to their opponent's hand. It doesn't go directly to their hand, it goes into exile, and then they can cast it for 2 generic mana instead of paying its normal mana cost. So this is a nice way of bouncing any threats that the opponent might have. And then finally, the last creature we're playing with is the Empyrean Eagle for 3 mana. We get a bird spirit, and it says other creatures with flying get +1/+1 as well. So we have a lot of, kind of tiny weeny creatures, but I mean, Momo can grow whenever we play a flyer. Hopefully we have the Leyline of Transformation, so everything's an angel, so Giada just keeps pumping them up like crazy. If we have Youthful Valkyrie, whenever we play an angel, she just starts growing as well. And with the eagle, all of our flyers get an additional +1/+1 as well. And then going with kind of that, kind of aggressive strategy is what we are going with. We're trying out the Air Nomad Legacy from the new set as well. This is an enchantment for 2 mana. It's 1 blue and 1 white. When this enchantment enters, you create a clue token. It's kind of whatever, but creatures we control with flying get an additional +1/+1 as well. So it's another nice way to boost up our creatures as well. So yeah, that's the deck we're going with today. I guess I can point out we're trying out the Abandoned Air Temple as well. This land will enter tapped unless we control a basic, so we are playing with a decent number of basics. And for 4 mana, we can put a +1/+1 on each creature we control. So this is another way that we can potentially close out a game as well. Even if we don't have too many creatures on the battlefield, hopefully we will have punched in for a little bit and the opponent's, kind of low. maybe the Abandoned Air Temple could help us get over the line as well. And it is also a new card from the new set as well, and it kind of goes with that +1/+1 counters on all of our flying creatures as well. So yeah, that's the deck. Let's go and see if this Angelic Momo can bring us some fat W's. I'll see you guys in the games. All right, guys, opponent gets to go first. That is unfortunate, but I will keep this. Got Momo in our opening hand. Got the Avatar Momo and the Pet Momo as well. So I think we'll be sitting okay. We'll have to take quite a bit of life from these multiversal passages. That is a little bit unfortunate. And we don't have the Leyline of Transformation in our opening hand. But I still think we'll try and get down Giada. And then maybe the Eagle. We'll have to see. Ooh, found an Aang as well. That's quite nice. This one will come in on blue. I will pay 2 life for that. Oh, I should have maybe done white. Because Momo does reduce the cost of our spells. But yeah, like I said, we'll still try and get down Giada. Momo gets a +1, and we can smack in for 2 Dommage right there. Hope we can draw a untapped white source next turn, because then we can get down the Eagle and the Youthful Valkyrie. So that's a big no blocks from us. We're down to 14 already because our lands... Oh, and the opponent scooped it up. Ah, that's really unfortunate. That was literally game 1 with Momo. But yeah, next turn, I guess if we're not drawing... I guess it would be smart to go with the Eagle, because it would only cost 2 thanks to Momo. All of our creatures would get +1/+1, so Momo would go to a 2/2, Giada would go to a 3/3. This is a creature with flying, so Momo would also go up to 3 damage. So that's 6 damage that we'd be attacking for. And then the turn after that, we could go with Air Nomad Legacy. Could also go with Aang, the Swift Savior. Maybe bounce one of his creatures. He might be looking to play an Ouroboros this turn, so... yeah, I think it was shaping up to be a good game. Opponent maybe scooped it up a little bit early, but yeah, game 1 with Momo, and that's a dub. GG. All right, guys, we got to go first. No Leyline of Transformation, which is unfortunate, but maybe we can find some of our Aangs or Momos, or even the Airbender's Ascension. It's a really nice enchantment that I've been enjoying. Opponent with the White Lotus and the Northern Air Temple, so they're a shrine deck. That's pretty cool. And there is Aang himself, so that's pretty cool. Next turn, I guess we'll get down the Eagle, and then we can keep open Aang. And we have our own Sheltered by Ghosts. Opponent with an island. Aang's Journey. Search your library for a basic. All right, so it could be a multicolored deck. Yeah, we're getting down the Eagle. We are shields down this turn. Would be nice to keep in the Aven Interrupter. But next turn we'll have 4 mana available. Still not enough to double spell. And I think getting into this stage of the game, it will be nice to keep open the Aven Interrupter. Because I think the opponent might... Well, I mean, we see black, we see blue, we see red. And yeah, opponent doesn't do anything. So, yeah, Abandoned Air Temple it is. And we will just swing in for 5 damage. Opponent's down to 15. We'll go ahead and end the turn. We will go ahead and end the turn. Search your library for X basic land cards, where X is the number of shrines on the battlefield. That one does only cost 1. You gain life. I still don't think we want to flash in Aang. I haven't seen anything too scary just yet. Oh, that's a double ramp right there. That's honestly decent. Whenever a shrine enters. Okay, opponent's got moves. Leyline of Transformation. 4. Oh, yeah, this card just isn't good. I mean, these guys would be angels then. But yeah, it's just not very good. It's just not very good. So let's just go ahead and punch in for 5. Opponent's down to 11. end the turn. Well, these would be 3/3s. So that's 6. It's only 8 damage. That's only 8 damage. Well, I guess Sheltered by Ghosts would be 9. Jamil, that one for sure we are going to counter, and that doesn't count as a shrine. So 3. Opponent has 1 mana to work with. Oh, he gains more life. No. That is legendary though, right? Yeah. Wow, whenever another shrine enters, holy Toledo's, that's a really nice Ooh, Momo's a good draw right there. You know what? Let's... Is he going to play Chamil for 2? I think he might. All right, we're just going to hope that he doesn't have a board wipe. So we'll get down Momo, the friendly flyer. Counts as an angel. He's a 5/5. Absolute unit. Absolute unit, but, I mean, opponent probably has a board wipe. Could get down Chamil for 2. Has a land right there. This Kyoshi Island looks really good. Exile cards from the top. A permanent entering. Did he warp that one in? He did warp that one in. That isn't entering, though. That doesn't... Wait. If a permanent entering causes a triggered ability. All right, yeah, so that triggered ability is going to pop off hard. Wow, I think we're getting drained for 6. Search your land. Or search your library. Opponent's up to 12. All right, Chamil, don't find anything good. Create some monk tokens. That I don't care about. But does that trigger this one again? No, it doesn't. I think we got there because we could put a +1 on everyone. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Yeah, put a +1 on each creature, so that's an additional 4 damage right there. Wow. Yeah, we got there in the end. Leyline of Transformation, just making Momo an angel, so coming in with an additional... Well, coming in with 3 counters, because all these guys were angels, so let's absolutely go, yeah. And then +4 right there, so Momo's dealing 9 damage himself, plus the 3 from the Aven Interrupter is 12 damage, with an additional 5 on top. Let's absolutely go. Everything in the deck came together really nicely. The Aven Interrupter to counter the Chamil, that one turn, really nice. But huge props to the opponent. Day 1 with the new set, and they're cooking with some shrines. This Kyoshi Plaza looks really, really good. Helped them ramp like crazy. And this Northern Air Temple draining us for a decent amount. And then having them gain life kept them in the game for quite a while. So... yeah, that was a really good game, but a really fun game. GG. All right, guys. Opponent goes first. I think we'll try and take a mulligan. Yeah, I wanted to try and find Momo and some of these new cards, so I think we'll keep this one. And I guess we can ship back Malcolm. So Multiversal Passage will have to come in on white. There's a Land War Elf. Oh, I guess I could have played my planes. I got a little bit too hasty right there, but it's fine. So we can get Aang down next turn for 2 mana. Down Greeter, so opponent looking to do some graveyard shenanigan with the Bringer of the Last Gift. And, I mean, we could hope to find a... Could hope to find our Aven Interrupter to maybe try and counter him. Put the counter on Momo. Oh, we did find it. Let's absolutely go. I think that is literally the only thing that could save us, because, I mean, I played with this deck. Honestly, I find it pretty lame. I honestly was thinking of putting in Rest in Peace in this deck, because I'm pretty tired of just graveyard shenanigans. Aang costs 2, and then that one will cost 3, so we're just going to have to smack the opponent, just go with the beatdown plan with these creatures for right now. Because, yeah, you can see on the opponent's turn, we don't get the cost reduction, so we'll always have to keep open 3 mana. We will always have to keep open 3 mana, because the opponent is looking to go with, I forgot the guy's name, Caverio. Yeah, there he is, Caverio. They're going to have him enter as a copy of the Bringer of the Last Gift. So, we're going to go ahead and pass right now. And then... You know what? We are going to flash in Aang. Could bounce Kiora. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want them having the legendary octopus. Starting town. Yeah, we just need 3 mana for the Aven Interrupter, so yeah, can't afford to transform Aang right there. Opponent's down to 7. 2, 4. This is only 5 damage. Well, this would be 7, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got the opponent because he's going to go with Caverio, and we're just going to say no. Get that absolute trash out of here. Counter that spell. Momo gets a +1, but it's just for this turn, which is the opponent's turn, so we're going to lose this counter right now. And this... Oh, opponent even took 2 damage. I guess maybe to shock in a land. I didn't even see that, so... yeah, literally with the map token from the Spyglass Siren, finding us the Aven Interrupter is really what saved us right there. So I'm going to do it to him, guys. Keep your backhand strong. Get this trashy graveyard reanimation deck out of here. Pop, GG. Momo and Aang getting it done with the Aven Interrupter. GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. Nothing but 3 drops. I mean... The Eagle isn't legendary, but I'll take a mulligan. We want to, yeah, really try and play with Momo. So this one is one that I can dig. We'll ship back 1 Eagle, and then we can get down the plains. Starting town can provide the blue for us, which is really nice. And maybe we honestly just get the Eagle down next turn, because Momo does reduce the cost, which is very nice. So Momo comes in with a +1 because we played a creature with flying, and the Eagle gives everyone with flying +1. So... Turn 2, Momo swinging in for 3 damage, and we got 2 creatures on the battlefield. That is really nice. Aang, the savior, could flash him in as well, but I think we'll just get down Malcolm. So, counterspell from the opponent. No, he lets it go. Momo gets a +1, and the Eagle could be into the Flood Mount. No, it's just a Flood Pit Drowner. That's fine. That is fine. Smack in for 2. Opponent looks like they're just mono blue. That's big no blocks from us. The Enduring Curiosity, I think, is 4 mana, so that's fine. Ooh, Giada's a really nice draw. Yeah, I think we go with Giada for sure. Not that we have any other angels, but yeah. Momo gets a +1. Honestly, we're going to put a Sheltered by Ghosts. I think Giada probably has a big target on her head. This Eagle does as well, so we'll put the Sheltered by Ghosts on Malcolm. Is there a counter spell right now? It is. It's a Spell Pierce. That's fine. We'll punch in for 5, and the opponent will be down to 10 unless they have another Flood Pit Drowner. He has his own Malcolm, so we're losing our Malcolm. That's an unfortunate trade right there. Aang might be able to put in some work. Can we bounce Kaito? 1 target.
Follow me. I know a
Creature or spell. Can't be blocked.
Let's surprise him.
All right, that's fine. Multiversal Passage. We have blue and we have white. Let's just put this one on white. It can enter tap. That's fine. Oh, an opponent scoops it up. That's a little bit unfortunate. I really don't think they like these flyers, though. And this is what I was saying in the deck intro. Flyers can just get it done sometimes. Eagle giving all of these ones +1. And then Momo getting a flyer whenever we play. Momo getting a flyer. Momo getting a +1/+1 whenever we cast a flyer would be quite nice. And, I mean, we have Aang. When he enters, airbend 1 target creature or spell. So if the opponent did try to flash in a Flood Pit Drowner, or maybe if they had an Aetherize or something like that, we could at least bounce that back to their hand and get in for 7 damage right now. So opponent would be down to 6. Kaido, I'm not really worried about him. So yeah, GG. All right, guys, we got to go first. Unfortunately, we don't have any angels other than Giada. That's fine. That is fine. I guess this one, Multiversal, will have to come in on blue, because both these provide us the white. And then I guess we go Giada into the Eagle. Keep up the Interrupters, a potential, like, kind of soft counterspell. think that's what our plan will be. Opponent is on the enchantment deck. So might need to keep this open to counter their... Well, and it's not even a counter spell. They're sheltered by ghosts. Most helpful Weaver. That guy gets a counter. They get the 2-1 that has reach. That really sucks for us. I think I will just take this trade right now. And then Aang. You know what? We're going to get Aang down. And we're going to bounce this token back to their hand. Because they miss out on putting the counter on a creature they control. Yeah, there is the Aerialist. They got the Armadillo. Ooh, we got Momo, which is quite nice because we can play Momo and then we have enough mana to get down the Eagle. Would have had enough mana anyway, but the Eagle gives all of our guys +1. And let's just hope they don't have a Sheltered by Ghosts, which, I mean, they literally always have it. They always have it, guys. It's crazy. It honestly is insane. They always have that card. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well. 2. If we draw a land, then we can play the Eagle and keep this one open to flash in. Yeah, double strike with lifelink. Ay, ay, ay. He probably has a protection spell as well, the Shard Mage's Rescue. So, yeah. This one's going to be hard to beat. This one's going to be hard to beat. This one now has Ward 4, so we can never really target this creature. And, I mean, opponent, come on. It is your go. There's really Shard Mage's Rescue or nothing else. And this Armadillo, this creature gets +X. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Aang is quite nice. Be 2. We don't have enough mana to keep this one. We would get the Eagle back. Could transform Aang. And then he does have reach. You know what? Let's try and transform Aang. Waterbend 8. I don't know why it allows us to tap that. All right. Well, let's just say next for right now. And we'll say no attacks. I think we'll look to flash this guy in. We'll look to flash in our Aven Interrupter. Ay, ay, ay. This is... I'm sorry, guys. I really want to try and beat this deck. I played this same deck myself. Yeah, so... say pass right here. We'll block right there. And, I mean, we have to hope he doesn't have a double Shard Mage's Rescue. I guess I should have double blocked then. Oh, my gosh. I'm such an idiot. I should have double blocked with Momo. I knew I should have double blocked. I'm such an idiot. I knew it as well. All right, Momo's legendary. All right, well, we can at least get this one down. All right, no attacks. End the turn. Hopefully he's running out of enchantments. Of course, it's another Sheltered by Ghost, though. No, it's not. Okay, so he's just going to get +1, right? Yeah, he's just getting +1. So, these two for sure will block here. I should have done that last turn. That one's going up to 5. So yeah, we are losing both of our creatures. Now we just need to find our own Sheltered by Ghosts would be quite nice. Ooh, all these guys do get pumped up, though. Oh, an opponent scooped it up. Let's absolutely go. That is a hell yeah from me. Yeah, I totally messed up that one turn. I knew he probably had a double Shard Mage's Rescue. I mean, I called it earlier. I'm like, he's probably sitting on Shard Mage's Rescue. So I 100% should have double blocked with Momo. That was my bad. But, I mean, yeah, opponent kind of ran out of gas. Ward 1. I mean, I guess we could flash Aang in. Yeah, I guess what we're going to do, we're going to save Aang. And I mean, look at this. Momo's a 4/4 right now. I think that's because this creature entered right now because we got him back from Sheltered by Ghost. So Momo would go down to a 3/3. Both these birds are 3/3. So that's 9 damage right there. So that is a decent chunk of damage. But I mean, this guy's also a 4/4 every turn. So it's getting close. But I guess we could also go with Abandoned Air Temple, put a +1. So then all of them are 4/4s. Yeah, it is getting honestly kind of close, but man, I'm so glad we beat this enchantment deck. Let's go. GG. All right, guys, we got to go first. I am going to take a mulligan right here. Hell yeah, Momo showed up. I think we're going to ship one back, and we're going to ask that the opponent doesn't remove our Momo. Please? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. The next turn, we get down the Eagle. Oh no, it's a swamp. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, we might as well get this one down, and then let's get down the Eagle. No stick, though, so opponent's not removing Momo, and he's punching for 3 damage on turn 2. Got 2 creatures down. One of them's even a 3-drop, so yeah, Momo, 2 thumbs up from me. Really, really like this creature. Beep, boop, bop. Momentum breaker. Momo gets +1. Honestly, I think we keep the Eagle, so I'm sorry, Momo. You had to go. You were the weakest link. That's sad, but we can at least flash in Aang now. Also have the Interrupter. Yeah, you know what? Let's flash in the Interrupter. We'll go ahead and say, nah, no spell for you this turn. Another Eagle, huge, big moves, making plays. Punch in for 7, and then that is lethal on board. Opponent missed a land drop last turn. They did hit the land drop this turn. This discard is a losing play. They need to remove one of our creatures, and it has to be one of the Eagles. Has to be one of the Eagles. He is highlighting it, so he probably has the kill spell. It could be nowhere to run, though, and that only gives -3/-3, so that would also be huge. Yeah, I think the opponent's in a little bit of a pickle. They do discard a card of their own, and, I mean, we can just flash in Aang next turn if he does try and play the Bandit's Talent, but again, I think that's a losing play. You have to remove these creatures, so opponent's looking to be more aggressive and just try and make us discard. We see that with the Skullcap Snail as well, so yeah. C-Mac, I think you're in trouble. Because you'll have to kill both these creatures because we're flashing in Aang for Xiao. You already know that. Swift Savior. That is what Aang is. So, 4 mana to work with. 4 mana to work with. He could have 2 kill spells. That is a possibility. But the chance that this guy does have 2 kill spells, I'm not sure about that. I am not sure about that, my friend. Opponent's in the think tank. He could just be salty roping as well. That is a possibility. That is a big possibility. Looking to play the Bandit. No, the Skullcap Snail. So when this creature enters, opponent exiles a card from their hand. I think we can choose to play Aang right away. So yeah, here comes Aang. So we have nothing to discard, and that is 3 flying creatures on board, my friend. So we'll go ahead and bounce that Skullcap Snail. And yeah, now no way the opponent can win. Opponent hits us with the end, but I mean, that's still more than enough damage. That is more than enough damage because Aang will be dealing 2 and the Interrupter deals 2. So, yeah, I can dig it. That is a GG. And yeah, we'll just bounce the snail back to your hand. So even if these guys didn't have flying, you have no blockers, and we found another Aang. He is legendary, so won't be playing the other one. But yeah, GG. Let's absolutely go. We cooked with that game. All right, guys, we get to go first, and we do have Leyline of Transformation and a few angels. So too bad we don't have a Momo, but I trust we'll be able to find one. This one could be an angel, and then let's get down a plains. Also with the plains and an authority, so yikes, all of our creatures will come in tapped. That is too bad. Opponent might honestly have a board wipe. I think they're, well, Rule Guildgate could be a gate deck. So let's go with Youthful Valkyrie. And then we can smack in. This could have maybe gotten down the Eagle. So opponent's playing a gate deck for sure. Let's get down the Eagle. That pumps up the Youthful Valkyrie, and then all of our flyers get an additional +1. So that's 7 damage right there. So this is 11 damage next turn. Ooh, Omen Path Journey. That's a nice one from the opponent. So yeah, he's looking to win with Maze's End. Put a land on the battlefield. Aven Interrupter, so we can actually flash this guy in to counter his board wipe, which he has, and then that is GG. So nice. Angels got it done. Fortunately, no new cards from the Avatar set. I mean, I guess we could also go Sheltered by Ghosts, get rid of his Omen Path Journey, but I don't think it matters because we will be countering his board wipe, which we knew he had. So yeah, GG to the opponent. GG to the opponent. This is an angel, so he comes in with a bunch of counters, and then that pumps up the Youthful Valkyrie as well. So yeah, really clean game. Really clean game. GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. I guess we'll try this hand. This is a hand we try purely for the memes. I mean, yeah, we don't really have many angels without our Leyline of Transformation. But I mean, Giada will only cost 1 mana. We see a plains right there. So 1 mana Giada, I can dig it. Momo gets a +1. And then we can punch in. Could play another Momo, but no point in doing that really, because it is a legendary creature and it is a Azorius gamer with Collector's Vault. Interesting. Aven Interrupter is quite nice. This one is 3 mana, so we have to keep that one open on the opponent's turn. If they look to play a Simulacrum Synthesizer, maybe a Pinnacle Star Cage, honestly. Opponent does nothing. Another one. Another one. Could play a 1 mana Giada, but I don't think so. Also because we need double white for the Interrupter. So yeah, I think we just go with the beatdown plan. Opponent's going to hit us with the Collector's Vault. And what are you trying to do, my friend? Draw and discard. What goes to the graveyard? Extinguisher Battleship. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Maze Mind Tome. I can live with that. So he might be playing Ugin. Our turn. Missed the land drop, but we will have the Siren come down. Momo does get pumped up. And we do get the map token. This is 4 damage, so opponent's down to 8. But he does have that Maze Mind Tome. He'll eventually be able to gain 4 life. Collector's Vault. Going to draw and discard, so 2, 4. That's 6 mana that he has on board. Plays a land for turn, and that is 7. So I can imagine that Ugin comes down. Double the trigger of something. That's fine. 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, we're dealing 4 damage. So this is a 2-turn clock. Ooh, Abandoned Air Temple is kind of nice. Put a +1 on each creature. Nah, yeah, we really need to keep this Interrupter available. So let's crack that blue one. Let's put the hopefully +1 counter on the Spyglass Siren, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because, well, this is 5 damage right now. That is kind of nice. Yeah, the Aven Interrupter is going to come in so clutch right now. Because he's going to look to play an Ugin. I'm pretty sure it could also be a battleship. 2, 4, 6, 8. He has 9 mana. So, yeah, when we counter that one, it's over. Scries to the bottom. Probably plays a land and then drops Ugin, but we'll go ahead and counter that. 6. So he has 10 mana, so Ugin, and then maybe a colorless artifact to start exiling some of our things. But yeah, opponent, you're going to get absolutely cooked by this Aven Interrupter. So GG, my friend. Yeah, well, if he has 2 of those. All right, I mean, yeah, if you do have 2 of those, then you got us. If you have 2 of those, you got us. Aye, guys, I cannot believe it. They always have 2 of them. All right, I mean, we can still get down Momo. We need double blue or double white for that one. I mean, opponent will gain 4 life. I think he'll gain 8 life, actually, because he can double that. Oh, no. There's the talent, though. It's just a land. I don't think the opponent has much, though. He will gain 8 life, though, which is kind of crazy. He's going to gain 4 life, and he's going to double that. But at least he's out, and we'll be dealing 4 damage, so we can at least blank him for 1 turn. He did get a double card draw, which is kind of crazy. All right, that sucks. But again, he only has 2 cards in hand. An update will be available. Okay. Builder's talent, sure. Don't care. We're getting kind of cooked that we don't have any more white mana. An opponent can't really crew up. You can return that one. That one sucks for us. Restless Anchorage is a really nice draw. We're just going to get down Giada. Momo does get a +1, so opponent will be down to 5. And I think we can get the opponent next turn if he doesn't remove our creatures. No, because Momo would just go up to 2. Greater Treasure Token and draw. One's also just a 2/2. 1 card in hand. Opponent is halfway through their deck, so they probably have another battleship. He's going to double up on those counters. Doesn't really have anything too good in his library. Those come in untapped, which is kind of crazy. Page counter. Yeah, okay. Deal 3. Okay, I think we can get the opponent. Opponent's down to 2. And we can at least counter his next spell. And he's, look, this to me seems a little bit desperate. Is it looking to draw a card? Put a +1, don't care. Yeah, Extinguisher, Battleship. That was basically all of his mana. Yes! Let's absolutely go. Wow, yeah. That was a good game. Opponent had a very cool deck. No new cards, though. I don't think we saw any new Avatar cards, but really interesting deck from the opponent. I've never really seen someone play Tune Up really too much. And yeah, Extinguisher, Battleship, I love that card. I played with it myself. Of course, that one turn he had two of them. Two of those tune-ups, so he could return it. But, I mean, eventually our second Aven Interrupter did come in pretty clutch. So, yeah, GG. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the post-game wrap. Today, we looked at the first deck that I built for the Avatar: The Last Airbender set. And, of course, I had to play Momo, the friendly flyer, for 1 mana. This creature is a 1/1 with flying. Every creature spell we cast with flying costs 1 generic mana less, which is really nice. That makes some of our 3-drops just cost 2 mana, which is really good discount. And of course your 2-drops, I guess all of our 2-drops, yeah, Giada would cost 1 less, Youthful Valkyrie 1 less, and Malcolm 1 less as well. So 50% cost reduction on these. So nice. And honestly, I did meme a little bit today with the Leyline of Transformation, trying to combo that with Giada, making all of our creatures angels. I think you could make this deck even more competitive if you went with some other flyers, not necessarily Giada or Youthful Valkyrie. I honestly think you could go another copy of Aven Interrupter. This card definitely won us 2 games from the top of my head, maybe even a 3rd one. Just being able to, again, it's not truly countering a spell, but you can flash this in, and then whatever spell they cast that turn, it gets sent to exile, and they can't play it anymore for the rest of the turn. So it is like a soft counter spell. So yeah, Momo getting +1 whenever you play a flyer. Such a nice deck. The Air Nomad Legacy is a really good enchantment. So yeah, if you guys do want to make this deck more competitive, honestly, I'll probably play this deck in the future as well, and I'll just cut these 11 cards right here because like I said, it was a little bit of a meme today, even though I think in one game I think Momo did come down as a 5/5 because we had Leyline of Transformation, Giada, and I think 2 other creatures. I forgot who they were, but it was the Leyline of Transformation. Momo came in with, wait, he came in with 3 counters then, so he would be a 4/4, and maybe, oh, I think one of them was the Eagle, which gives all of our other flyers +1/+1 as well. So yeah, honestly, a really good deck. And yeah, if you want to make it pretty competitive, I can see this being decently competitive. Cut these 11 cards right here, go up 1 copy of the Aven Interrupter, definitely go up 2 more copies of Sheltered by Ghosts. So that's 3 right there, so get rid of those 3, and then you still have 8 cards to play with. I probably would go, honestly, I could see Get Lost for a little bit of more removal, even though, I mean, flyers are just so nice. Like, I don't think anyone really played any flyers today. So yeah, just being able to fly over the top is just so nice. So I'm not even sure you need Get Lost. Yeah, honestly, yeah, there might be an Appa or maybe a different Aang from this Avatar set as well with flying. But yeah, I'll definitely be revisiting this deck as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that angelic Momo deck. Definitely put in some work, and honestly, a really good creature. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first deck from the Avatar set. I'm so hyped that it's here. I'm going to try and play with every single card from the Avatar set. I'll try and cram them in the deck one way or another. I guess another card we could speak about is the Abandoned Air Temple. This one, I think, won us a game as well, where we were able to put a +1 on each of our creatures. That's actually quite nice as well, when maybe you're not drawing the best and you just have a few creatures on the board. So yeah, overall deck came together really nicely, even with a little bit of this meme package that I put together. But you guys already know that's how I build quite a few of my decks as well. There's always a little bit of spice, you know, as the Powerpuff Girls saying goes, sugar, spice, and everything nice. That's what this section is right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing. It definitely helps me out a lot. And go ahead and leave a thumbs up and a comment down below of any decks from, or any cards from the Avatar set that you'd like to see me play. And like I just said, I'm going to try and play with every single card from that set because, yeah, one of my favorite shows of all time, the Legend of Avatar. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But yeah, I've been yammering long enough. You guys already know how I'm going to end it. I love you guys. Peace out.